right, everybody, welcome into Atomic Johnny's Live on Sunday. We're here with Coach Reginald Huff for the Coach Reginald Huff Show. Coach, last week, you did get back in the win column against Glencoe. You guys had a 26-point win, I think?
Yeah.
26-point victory. Talk about that game right there in general, how good it was to get the guys back in the win column. And, you know, we've had some adversity here, to say the least, coming into that game. But just to get the guys from a confidence standpoint to get that next win under the belt.
Well, it's always good to get a win, and matter of fact, I think we might not have played as good as we played in some of the games we lost. But it's always good to get a win. We needed that to try to get our confidence back up. You know, I felt like we could practice preparing for the Sparkman game that we played on Friday. And because of the win, you know, the kids' morale was up, so it was good to get that game. All of our games are testers for us. We don't have very many games that we can try to get guys off the bench and get them some playing time, rest up guys that are injured, you know. So that gave our point guard, Trey Woods, an opportunity to rest against the Glencoe game.
And Trey, unfortunately, suffered another injury again against Sparkman. How's he doing? And can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think he's just re-aggravated that same ankle injury, and that definitely slows us down because he's our most quickest and fastest point guard that we have with bringing speed and energy to the team. He's very consistent right now, one of our most consistent players, and then, you know, it's been that type of season for us. You know, we've been bit by the injury bug this year. I believe it's the first year I've had that many injuries. Him being out Friday, and then or being not able to play, and still DeRicky is not back. So, you know, we got a lot of injuries that we're battling with, a lot of parts of our puzzle that we're still trying to fit together to try to get this thing accomplished, our goal accomplished, which is trying to win this area tournament.
You know, and I noticed against Sparkman, you know, when you're playing elite, you know, 7A competition like you play every single week, every single day, and you know, losing, like you mentioned, or losing somebody with that kind of size and quickness, how much does that change? I mean, like alter shots in the paint, rebound, the little things you don't even see really in a stat sheet, how much that changes the whole game.
Yeah, they outscored us like 16-4 on second chance points in the first half. You know, you have a difference maker when you put the biggest guy on the court on your team on the floor. That changes that. You know, then it may not only does it not give them those second chance points, we get stops, and then we get how many second chance points we might get. So it impacts us a lot. You know, those guys not being.
Technically, you're basically running essentially like 5 guards. You have to at this point in the season.
Yeah. Can
you ever remember in history having this many injuries and having to rotate lineups throughout your whole career? Honestly?
Yeah, it's a juggle. We've been juggling, you know, and then from game to game, you know, we still Cam Williams, who came in and shot the ball very well, but he's battling an ankle injury. He has a high ankle sprain, and we couldn't leave him in to play defense, and he was what 2 for 2, 3 for 3 in the first quarter. And I know people look at why we didn't leave the ball game. He couldn't move, he couldn't play defense, and we had to go man. You know, we had to get him out. So, you know, that was the issue. He didn't even practice all week, you know, and came right in the ball game and made big shots. So, you know, we had to juggle with that, you know. So we pulled up a freshman, a guard by the name of John. He came in and done a really good job, but we got to have another strong ball handler to cover for Trey.
Especially with Trey, you know, being hampered, and Jalen hadn't been there as well. That's 2 big losses right there. What was it about John you seen that he showed you? I know I've watched him play in several JV games. He seems to be controlled, definitely controls the ball well, controls the tempo, and gets everybody where they need to go.
John's solid. John is a very good ball handler. He takes care of the basketball. John will do what you ask him to do. John is not a shoot first type of point guard. He'll create for his teammates. He'll run the offense. John can defend. And John has speed, and he loves to play defense. And that's one of the strengths that he brings to the table that other point guards don't do. He'll play some defense, and he can shut you down. You know, so it's a big plus. Wish we could have gotten in more against Sparkman, but definitely he's going to have to go hard against Huntsville.
Absolutely. Now, moving forward, as we're getting closer and closer to closing out area play, what are the things you're looking for specifically in this team to kind of tune it up so hopefully we can piece it together and peak at the right time, which will be area tournaments?
Keeping the heads up, keeping their morale up, making sure that they're still fighting and they're still believing in themselves and believing that we can do this. You know, we know what we've been up against all year. You know, we know that we haven't played these teams full strength and having a chance to beat every one of these teams. You know, Spartans is the number one team in our area. We leading them. You know, we led them at that place and led them in our place in the fourth quarter. We're just a ball or two, a bounce away for the ball bouncing our way, for us coming out on top with a victory. And all it takes is one game at a time.
And I think if you can get that one in one of those games, it could springboard you like that. Another thing that we didn't mention that I thought was tremendous, and shout out to the Gadsden City crowd the other night for senior night.
Yes.
That's the type of enthusiasm we need to see every night. To me personally, it was refreshing to watch that. The energy level in there. But it being senior night, can you talk about this senior class and what they've done for you over the years, and you know, obviously what you've done for them?
Philip Hunter, Petey, he played for me his freshman and sophomore year. He didn't play last year, and then he came back this year. He's been a tremendous help. Has been an asset off the bench, giving us some size and some athleticism. If he'd have played last year, he'd have really stepped up into a role and could have been as dominant probably as Jason, Rod Hoy is. Then Cam Williams, great shooter. I mean, I don't know if I ever shot a guy as good as him. Had a guy that shoot the ball as good as he does. You know, he's a solid shooter. He's not a streaky shooter, man. He can really shoot. He can come off the bench and he's automatically hot already. You know, he don't have to get warmed up.
Let me ask you about that cowboy hat though. We got to work on that.
Hey man, that's his style. That's his swag. You said that's his swag. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, with them boots. But he's been great for us. He came here from Gadsden, and his brother played with us, and he came as a sophomore. And he's really has worked hard on his game, and so we're going to really miss him as well. Derica Wright, who wasn't there the other night, also is another senior who's been trying to sacrifice some time to play with us, and we appreciate him being a part of our program as well. My nephew Jalen Huff, who hasn't been here last couple of games, but has worked tremendously hard. 4 years, played for us 4 years. Great shooter. We're hoping to get him back by area tournament time. We can push out and get to the regional. We'll have him back. So we're excited about him, and we're going to miss him as well. Trey Woods, point guard, leader captain, also started for us from last year. He's the only returning starter that we had this year. He's been very consistent.
Yeah, he has.
His game has really exploded and changed from last year.
Definitely picked up the score.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have some solid guard play to replace him for next year.
Let me close that.
Also, Quentin Dinsmore. I can't leave out the determined MVP. I can't leave him out. He I'm telling you, has amazed us, not just with his defensive skills, but his offense has gotten a lot better. Yeah, he's scoring points this year for us and finishing inside, having to play the 5 something, and he's getting it done. So
technically, he started at the 5 against Sparkman, didn't he?
Yes.
That's amazing for him. I mean, like, he's long and rangy, can move though, so he definitely. You can probably guard all 5 positions. I've seen him guard all 5 positions this year. Let's close with this right here, Coach. Moving into this last couple, games here of area, who's somebody that you got to have step up? Like, throughout the injuries, whatever, you got to have this guy step up and be solid for you to get where you need to be.
Macon has been very consistent. I think Lawson has been pretty much consistent. I think the guy that I need to really step up that hadn't played the type of game that he can play, he plays hard every night. That's Montavious Hicks. Martavius Hicks is a gamer. He's a soldier on the floor. He's a gladiator. He's going to fight for you. But he can really score.
Absolutely.
He can shoot the three. He can drive and finish. And he's been having trouble finishing for us. He hasn't been pulling the trigger on the three. I think if Martavius Hicks can bring us about 14, 15 points in every turn of the game, I believe we can pull out a win, because I think those other guys, they're going to give it to us. But Martavius Hicks has sometimes been struggling, finishing, and I think if he gets that done for us, we'll come out on top.
He's another versatile player too.
Yeah, he rebounds, he can defend anybody, he's strong, he's physical. So we got to have him on the floor. So if he's on the floor and he's giving us that many minutes, we need some production on the offensive end from him, because we're not scoring a lot of points in high efficiency. But one thing he does, he takes a lot of high quality shots. He's always at the rim when he's scoring. His shots all the way, always around the basket. And if we can get some of those to drop, I think we're going to be fine.
Absolutely. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.